We've talked previously of the modern world appearing as hostile and unpredictable to people. Scientists believe that as a result, humans have experienced a shift in their decision-making process. More specifically, everything is either black or white. Nothing is in between, thus no gray tones. Whether something is moral or not, if God exists or if there is a need for the death penalty. The answers are becoming definitive. Scientists tell us we are on the verge of serious tribulations, and we will need wisdom and negotiating skills rather than jumping to conclusions. We must learn to live by the rules of peaceful coexistence, though we know less and less how to live in such a way.
Correct.
What will happen to us?
It will be, I think...
Awful?
You see, what does awful mean? There are intense repercussions, such dramatic reactions that impact humanity, and we probably can't escape them.
In other words, you think they will be applied, you suppose?
Yes, by the same token, Baal HaSulam, who is the most famous Kabbalist, writes that the Third and even Fourth World Wars, nuclear wars, are possible.
Is this knowledge to lead a person to some kind of wisdom, some kind of gentleness?
Otherwise, we do not understand. Only disaster, only blows can change us if we don't listen to what the science of Kabbalah requires.
What kind of person does nature want to make of us? This is my question.
Nature urges us to realize the evil inclination of our own nature, so we begin to change it.
You won't get tired of talking about it, I see.
But this is the law of nature. How can I get tired? It won't change. It will only manifest itself more and more before us.
Therefore, I have to feel it on my own skin, on myself, that there is evil inside of me, right? Must I?
Yes.
Is it possible to skip this?
No, it is impossible to skip this. Nature will keep combing our raw flesh alive with a rake, and we will not be able to do anything about it. And it won't help us at all to agree right away that we ostensibly agree to stand on our own hind legs. Because here we will need to realize the full depth of our nature, which is terrible and egoistic, and agree and realize, even voluntarily want to, without the influence of nature, want to change ourselves. That is, there must be a change, although it will occur under the influences of external suffering. We must come to this realization internally. In our minds, in our inner qualities, we must come to a point where we will ask nature to change us.
But is it possible not to come to this point? You two somehow started very tough, saying one must go through this.
The more I get to know people, the more I love animals.
Yes.
Yes.
That is, you see man, how cruel he is, right?
Man is the worst of all.
Worst of all? Will he ever change on his own?
No, on his own he will not, and he cannot. And this happens in a general way. The question is, why does nature drive us into such a dilemma? After all, to realize the inferiority of our nature can be relatively easy, and to thus draw conclusions from this realization. And almost everyone will agree, from utmost monsters to murderers and so on, to normal people. Everyone will agree that our nature is cruel, and thus we cannot in any way get along with each other. What can we do? Let's be good.
Well?
No, we cannot. This requires a systematic Kabbalistic education which will explain to us how to invoke the good forces of nature.
On us.
On us. And these good forces will gradually change us over the course of many years.
That is, your conclusion is that we cannot change by ourselves. We can only call upon ourselves these positive forces of nature, and they will change us?
Yes.
This is so, right?
No. By ourselves, certainly we cannot change. Nature can, but depending on how much we can draw it toward us, convince it to change us.
It's clear. I don't know, somehow I would like to finish this topic on a positive note.
Happy ending is possible, but we cannot skip it.
Indeed.
But what can we do? We can soberly look at what is happening and still try again and again through blotting and small injections to human awareness and also superhuman awareness.
That is, you constantly add with your medicine dropper in this direction in a good sense.
Yes.
You keep at it drop
there is nothing
by drop.
Else.
You want to get through to humanity drop by drop, like that, right? So that I understand that there is no other way. Will it sprout?
Yes. But it will still take a lot of time and a lot of effort.